How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Will Is podcast. I hope you've enjoyed your day on this wonderful Wednesday. Getting back in the swing of things. This is a work week for all of us. Those of us that have jobs and don't do this full time. But check it out. Nevertheless, how you guys doing? What's going on with you? Like I say, it's good to have a good day. It's good to always resolve your day with some, ways of reflection that you can understand how to better your day for tomorrow. So check it out, man. You know, be cool. Be appreciative of a well days or proper days earned work or wages or what have you. A lot of people always time talking about, I want to start my business. I don't need no job. Hey, a job does a great deal for you if you don't understand what having a job means. A job means that you got to be disciplined. You have to follow orders. You have to be studious. You have to learn. You have to respect others. You have to listen to others. You have to be a team player. You have to do a great deal of wear many hats when you have a profession that you love, or even if you don't love. But I will guarantee you one thing: always respect what you do and do it to the best of your abilities. You understand? That's a very noble thing to do, mind you. Going to work and having something to do and being appreciative for having a job is something that I am extremely grateful for because it helps me provide for my family. It is my provider. That's I provide for myself, but I have a way of providing. So if people look down upon that, hey, I'm willing to admit and say, hey, that's okay if you look down upon me. I can take care of myself and live well. Because at the end of the day, it's all about having a good skill set that you can provide for your family. So again, if you look down upon that, shame, 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 shame. Oh my goodness. Uh, I think learning skill sets or and learning how to deal and learning how to be able to be cohesive with people, even people that don't look like you, is a skill set that all of us should. Uh, if you don't want to, that's fine. I understand, but you should at least have the ability to. You know, get some apps started here. Let me get some apps started here for my different situation. I hope you understand. Sometimes you still have to obligate yourself to duties that are, you know, pay your bills. Some of you don't understand those concept of paying bills anyway. But hopefully, the people that subscribe, my subscribers, the people that want to view, you know, this lovely channel that I hope you enjoy, because I surely enjoy doing my shows. I surely enjoy being here for you because I surely enjoy uh, really expressing myself and able to give y'all some games, some life tales and some life lessons, because I don't think you're failures. I think a lot of people want to fail themselves a lot, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think you should. I think you should always figure out how to propel yourself the best path forward, just the best way you can propel yourself organically. Because I promise you, when you put some energy into yourself and what you want to do and how you want to really orchestrate your situation, you'll figure it out. I promise you will. So let's get to some let me introduce the show tonight. I don't want to be disrespectful to the show. So the show is okay tonight. The Whip. Oh, what's your in game show? Oh, yeah, we're gonna discuss a lot. We're gonna discuss quite a few things. We're gonna break a lot of shit down because we have to. We need to. And, we learning together. We building together. So I want to share a couple of things that I can help you with. Help you with your end game. What's your solution? You know what I'm saying? Hey, long as you understand when Will this podcast putting on, we have to end the show with solutions so that we can always pivot forward. You dig? So check me out, man. Let me get some music on. Let me get some music playing for us. I know y'all like when I be vibing with the music and shit with the shows. It's pretty dope, I think. Let me know in the comments if you don't. Okay, but if you you know, just saying. I have an audience. I think you do have a say so. Okay, depending on what it is. It's my show. So let's see what we're gonna have. What we doing tonight? Let's see what we getting down with. See what we're gonna bring us. I could do without that. That's cool. I like that. That's cool enough to get into right there. I can vibe with that. I like strings, but anyway, back to it. Back to it. Here we go. Hey, yeah. What's your in game show, man? Here we go. The first whip moment, as we were discussing before. What skill sets do you have besides shaking your ass or hustling? You know what I'm saying? What else can you do? I got partners that you know, picked up things from being around the way and gave them valuable skill sets, things that help them feed their family. And then they have those intricate skill sets of knowing how to live on the land. People that know how to fish and enjoy it as a sport. Some people get up and fish every morning. Some people know how to live on the land. Some people go hunting and know how to eat food. I know how to do every last one of these things that I'm naming because I'm a country fella. Grew up in Pensacola, Florida. I ain't done a lot of things in a long time, but when you grew up doing some stuff, it's like riding a bike. Always have your tools, things that, can help you in the coming times at any given time, because you never know. Like, it's always good to be able to do other and intricate things, especially things that help you survive, organically. You might want to be careful of what you put Roundup on. Those same things, if you understood and study and you had certain aspirations to learn more about living on the land. I got a lot of you cats out here. I'm for real, man. A lot of you cats out here talk a lot about, being organic and being godly and being spiritual and being connected with the land. And, some of you really are about that. I applaud you for growing your vegetables and growing your fruits. We all got to get we all got to get more in tune with understanding how that's extremely important to, of us as a growing world and our intricate in our local communities and things of that nature, like loking up, getting together and starting projects to understand what it is to connect again as a human being, as a species. You put too much time in hate. That's just a waste of time, especially when it comes to the times that are ahead of us. None of us know, but I feel like it's a very good time to prepare and to be learning. It's a good time to understand how to, appreciate other people and their skill sets as well. It's a good time to learn. It's a good time to be very communicative. If you don't understand the values of knowing how to commune and appreciate the values of a helping hand, we are all in a state of trouble. But I need you to pick up if you can do things yourself. If you are intelligent beings, if you are light beings, I need you to raise your vibrations. Go into your superpowers. Now is the time. Sometimes you got to take time to yourself to build a better you if you have to do it for you. If you're one of them type of people that just can't do it with other people, build your super being within. You got it. It's everything. Life is in your control. Understand that. Live up, raise up and live up to your expectations that you have for yourself. If you don't have any, learn how to get some. But can't spend too much time talking about what you, you know, what skills do you have? If they're built in, enhance them, embrace them, win with them. Now we got to move on to the next WIP moment. Okay, now remember, this is what is your end game show? So the next WIP moment is, are you a loyal person? And damn, Danny D, what they got to do with what's your end game? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, don't you want to surround yourself with people that are 1,000% into it with you, loving, caring, being, appreciating, growing, evolving, living in unison, never letting your joy be taken for granted by anyone, anything, any position that anybody want to put on you. You make sure it's not interpreting. You make sure it's not interfering. You make sure the interpretation of what they're giving you, and you make sure it's not interfering with who you are, your position, and what you have to do for yourself, because that is extremely and valiantly important. Move by your steps and move your steps, position your steps. Because when you take them, you can't take that one again. You got to take another one. You understand? You can stumble, you can fall, but you have to get back up and move forward. That's the goal. That's how you orchestrate. You understand? That's how you get yourself in a rhythm to where you're starting to get your steps together to move step after step after step in a proper equation to where it's winning for you, and it becomes a winning formula as well. You dig? So be loyal to yourself is what I'm really trying to tell you. I ain't trying to sell you shit, but I'm telling you, loyalty to yourself is the only way you can even grasp the concept of being loyal to someone else. You have to be loyal to yourself in a way to where discipline actually works. You have to give yourself ebbs and flows and a little wiggle room to expand in order to keep moving forward. That's widening your path. Don't be so one-dimensional, 2, 3-dimensional. Be fifth-dimensional. You understand? Be fifth-dimensional. Dig what I'm saying? I don't know if you do, but hey, what I'm explaining is everything that we are going through is in real time. Learning, achieving, developing, all real time, you dig? So being loyal to yourself is the only way you can keep achieving and going step by step into a better reality for yourself. You dig? Be loyal to yourself. All right, now the next WIP moment. This is a WIP question, by the way. The first WIP question is, have you double-crossed? Notice how I did not ask you, have you double-crossed anyone? I said, have you double-crossed yourself? Have you ever been asked that question? Have you ever double-crossed yourself? Think about that. I'm sure you have. I never would ever dream of wanting to double-cross myself, but I have done it repetitively, meaning missing deadlines for yourself. Knowing that you didn't do your best today, so you have to do better tomorrow. And you make it a choice to do so. That's when you don't double-cross yourself. That's when you put yourself forward without double-crossing yourself. When you double-cross, you say, but damn, I didn't put my best foot forward, so I got to double-cross that point again. I got to double up on that. I got to double up tomorrow because I double-crossed myself. Didn't feel good. I didn't necessarily get to where I needed to go. I may have accomplished something which I'm proud of, but I didn't achieve my goal. The things that I should have had accomplished today, I didn't get accomplished. Now I have to do them tomorrow. That's double crossing yourself. The only way you can understand how to establish accountability is you have to be accountable for yourself, to yourself, and for your actions, so that you understand when that's distributed to someone else, you're not lying to them. You're not double crossing them. So you have to establish a proper behavior with yourself, within yourself, to don't double cross yourself, so you don't fall into those double crossing natures to people that love you and people that you love. Don't participate in double crossing people. It's ugly. You do it to yourself so much, you really want to put or inflict that on someone else. It's just a terrible characteristics. We got to move on. We got to move on to the next. And there are terrible characteristics, because there are multiple flavors and ways to double cross. Understand, you're a multidimensional person. The more dimensions you have, the less you should be double crossing. You underdig? Or the more dimensions you comprehend. Moving on to the next WIP moment or question. You decide which one it is. Let's see. What will happen if you cannot provide for yourself? Take a minute for this game. It's on a commercial anyway. It's all good, but it ain't. Yeah, that's a WIP question. I would say that's a WIP question. What will happen if you cannot provide for yourself? And that would only be, if you think about it, depending on the circumstances, of course. If you can't provide for yourself, is it your fault? I'm sure it is. If you don't own anything to educate yourself on how to provide for yourself, then do you deserve a meal? What can you bargain for not being able to feed yourself? You have to ask yourself these real questions, because they are real questions. If you cannot provide for yourself, do you have enough money to provide for yourself? Do you have enough intestinal fortitude? Can you train yourself? Do you have survival skills or some BST books? How good are you with your hands and your feet? Do you have any tools? And I won't name any specific type of tools, but if you don't have any tools or weaponry to provide for yourself in order for you to live, eat, and to provide for your family, you have to make some serious decisions on what you should be doing and what your in-game strategy really actually is. Keep that in mind, by the way. Please do. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next WIP moment. Okay. Did you treat your loved ones well? That's a good question for a lot of people. It's a lot of healing that needs to happen that needs to really happen going forth in the world. A lot of healing that needs to happen, because I think a lot of people take I don't necessarily think they know how taking people for granted will always render its face within your brain housing group. See, when you treat people well, you sleep well, you eat well, you feel well, you are well, because you have not put out this stressful moment of dis-ease that is extremely effective in their, the way about a person's moving in their life. You know, when people work jobs every day and people have these different, paths that they have to go down every day repetitively, 5, 6, 7 days a week, sometimes 4 or 5, Rather it be virtual, rather it be driving in physically, you got to understand there's a focus and a type of assurance that we need and have to trust within each other to even get to that location or back. Then also, you have to trust your service providers that can provide a steady internet to your home office in order to perform your duties daily, you know, to provide for your family again, once again. So always never take things for granted. Always understand what's at stake. Your compass, what you have. Is it worth giving up? Is it worth sacrificing? I mean, is it worth it? You have to really ask yourself that question. What is worth your livelihood? What is worth some of your luxuries? Some people, do you understand some people in the midst of these times have lost a plethora of luxuries, have lost their livelihood, have lost so much. I, I can't act like I want to be in your shoes, but I think it's time for you to stand up and fight for what you have to do in order for you to get what's necessary for you to achieve as a whole, as a group. You should never have been fooled about how a person or people try to tell you things that can't even possibly be true, simply because you can understand how it moves and how it in the end game of that, what is the resolve, what's going to come out of those destructive equations. What's your end game? If you're looking at a people that'll press you to the end and press you, what are you going to do to keep yourself efficient, learned, studious, educated, as well as aware? You understand, good is one thing, evil is another. Be on the side of good. There is a difference. You understand? Did you treat your loved ones well? I mean, how did you teach your children? What did you teach your children? Did you teach your children hate? Did you treat your children as if they would have to compete against something that was just a fabrication? Did you always try to teach your children to get an edge by any means necessary? Or did you say, merit is good and fair and well? Morals and ethics plays an extremely important part, not only just with people that look like you. So are you a global citizen? Are you a global caretaker? Do you understand this plane that we're on? Do you understand that we live in a plane, a global plane that functions and has a memory? Yeah, y'all don't think the earth has a memory? It remembers the wars, it remembers all of the things, it remembers what's good and what does things that are evil. Understand me well. Did you treat your loved ones well? Ask yourself that question. Next, WIP question. How do you treat your kids? Your kids are not your equals. Nah. They are your children. You are their purveyors. They learn everything from you. They are you all over again. That's your reincarnation that you're dealing with right there in front of your eyes. You. Specifically, you. So I hope you treat your children as well as you treat yourself. I hope you understand the lessons that you needed to learn and the lessons that you may have missed out on simply because you were too busy trying to be an adult or a grown-up and you were too immature and still have those immature ways. So I hope you and your child mature out of them ways together, because you don't want them to suffer what you will have to endure dealing with them, because you're dealing with you. So if you don't like your child, that's your fault. Anyway, moving on. Oh, next WIP question. What is your relationship like with your parents? See, the one thing I can tell you personally, my relationship with my parents, I would say is good because there's an understanding. I'm not into confrontations with the people that brought me onto this planet, but I will have understanding. Regardless if we agree or disagree, I provide for me. I stand on my own too. Have I helped my parents? Yes. Have they helped me? Yes. But we all do evolve and change and grow up, and we have to develop ourselves and be what? Independent of our parents. When you're married, when you're in a situation where you have a household, children, you pay a mortgage, you pay car payments, and you provide for everything in your household. No one can come into your place or your domain, rule or tell you no truths. You are the truth. You are the only. You are the one. You are the God of your domain. That's how I see that equation. So therefore, you can't obey the rules. If you have an attitude, you must do the golden rule. Exit the door real soon. You dig that? It goes for anybody when they, home is a sacred domain. It's your space. It's your solace. You appreciate it. You value it. If you don't value it, who will? You have to show so that people will absolutely know how much you love you and yours, because they will show you how much they love themselves and what they are as well. So fair and square, be at peace. All right. Next WIP moment. Or next WIP question. What will you put up with to survive? Ooh. What will you put up with to survive? Well, that depends. I would think that depends on a person's positioning in life. Some people don't have to put up with a whole lot because they are understanding that every day in life is a position of survival to achieve and to get a place that you have not been before. Meaning, in this being, in this body, in this life, you have the ability to do two things. Keep moving forward or stay stagnant. I prefer to move forward because stagnant is ugly. The room can start spinning. In the 360, you can lose your orientation. Do you understand what stagnant means? Stopping your society, stopping your way of life, stopping your memory. Looking at another person's life move in a furthering motion, and you are stagnant into the abyss. Do you understand what happened right here in this country? How it's easy to be? Why it is a really what you would call a rat race, and everybody's telling everybody to keep up, keep up, keep up. So when we're talking about resources, that's when we're talking about the systems that were in place and why everybody is so unhappy now with these different new changes in the realities of the complexities of this country. We all have to understand that if you set yourself up for this situation, you didn't expect the fallout because you wanted this for other people to experience and to ponder. A lot of us never thought it would be us. A lot of us never thought it would be you. Align yourself with the truth. It's all up to you. But check it out. This is the next WIP moment. How did you spend your time when you were a youth? Did you fuck it off? Did you learn something? Did you achieve anything? Did you accomplish anything? Did you marry? Did you have a child? Is your marriage successful? See, a lot of people think that accomplishments are just valuable equations that sum up to nothing after you run so long you can lose it all. It's called preparation. How are you preparing today? How did you prepare yesterday? We've addressed that, remember? The double crossing equation. Just trying to make it full circle for you guys and how you go about your daily equation and not understanding what is your end game. What's your end game? Now, see, this is a very solutions-based show, but I'm gonna tell you, I can't tell you mine, but I want you to think about yours. For sure. I can give you advice if you're listening to this show. That means you need it and you're asking for it. But check it out. Always have an end game. Always have a game of renewal as well. See, everybody talks about repeating the past from a derogatory or a negative perspective. Well, how about the positive things that happened in antiquity? Let's try the antique technique. That's unique. So the things that did happen that were good, favorable, it's called morals and ethics, something that we have gotten so far from. Let's practice that with truth and see what we can pull up out of that, my people. But check it out. That's the end of the show tonight. That's the end of the show tonight. I know y'all love it. I come up with another one. You know, I got you. I will continue on this path of discovery, this path of pushing us forward with the way we think, how we want to think, because the wheel is, you know what it is. So that's what's coming next. This is my favorite part of the show. Say it with me. Come on now. You know you love it. The wheel is yours. I'll check y'all out tomorrow, AE. Straight up. Salute. See?